Fortress, home for a Laker game, and it's a big one. Zion and LeBron for the first time, and man, they put on a show, which is exactly what you'd expect. Lonzo kicks it ahead to Zion, early dunk. Pelicans down 1. Alex Caruso, wait for it. Oh, behind the back, through the legs to LeBron. Ric Flair in the building. LeBron, a little bump after the dunk. Zion, though, would respond. He does lots and lots of this. Just shoots until he makes it or gathers the offensive rebound until he makes it. 6-point game. It's LeBron down low. The and one. Zion 17, 4-1. LeBron 15, 4-4 at the half. To the third we go, and LeBron was in his bag. Every bit of the arsenal on display. Buries the three. Off the Avery Bradley miss, there's LeBron with the soft hands and the putback. Then LeBron. Step back. Zion in the vicinity. That's an 8-0 run personally. And on the very next possession, let's make it an 11-0 run. To start a quarter, fired up. Is LeBron in the building for sure. LeBron. Zion now responding. Trying to get the Pelicans back into it. They trail by 2 into the fourth. 4-point game. James gets the screen, takes it to the rim, gets fouled on the way to the bucket. 3 minutes to go. Again, it's James. Good gracious. I know people are tiring of the whole year 17 thing, but at some point it's worth reminding yourself, as if you've forgotten how long we've been enjoying it. Sitting on 38. Late. Down the lane, little finger roll off the glass. On the way to a 40-point evening, which is a season high. And it's a 9-point win. Some dap for the former teammates. Always got to be a little bit weird. Kind of dangled those guys as bait last year, but I'd say if you're a Laker fan, you understand what he was doing, and it worked out. They get Davis, and here we are. So as I mentioned, the 40-point game, it's been pretty much all good news for the Lakers this year. They're 19-0 when James leads the team in scoring, which is the best record in the NBA. Only longer such winning streaks belong, in a season, I should say, belong to Steph Curry and LaMarcus Aldridge, and that was 4 years ago. All right, Tim Legler is alongside, and again, as I mentioned, would have loved to get your thoughts on the Bucks and the Raptors earlier, but wanted you to be able to see this in totality. And you get 82 games on the schedule. They're not all the same, especially if you're LeBron and you're on the floor with this young guy who's coming for you. Do you see a different James tonight than you've seen this year?
Definitely, and I think this season more than any other, there are nights when LeBron comes out and it's clear that he's going to give most of the control of the offense to Anthony Davis. And he's going to pace himself a little bit. He's going to be more of a facilitator and playmaker. This wasn't one of those nights. LeBron had a different bounce to him tonight. This was LeBron at 28 years old. The speed, the skill, the force, the decisiveness with how he was going to attack. Every single time he got a smaller defender in the post, this is basically what happened. And, Pelicans decided they were going to play him straight up, not double him, and LeBron was not going to settle for a fadeaway. He was going to get to the rim and pound on guys. And then he went on that little shooting spree in the third quarter that, for all intents and purposes, gave them enough separation where they could hold on the rest of the night. So it was clear to me from the very beginning of the game, he had a little bit, his hair was up on his neck a little bit. That's how I describe LeBron when he gets like that. He was in a different mindset tonight. He was going to be an attacker. He was going to be a scorer. He had a little something. He knew this game had some eyes on it.
Sure, of course.
The first time these two guys were on the court together, you can't tell me that, it doesn't matter to him. That stat you just showed, by the way, that's an important one. 19-0 when he's leading scorer. I think it tells you that LeBron understands nights that they need it. That's what he's going to be. He felt that maybe they were going to need that tonight against the Pelicans team playing really well, and we're going to be up for this game, obviously.
They play on Sunday on ESPN, and we will be following that game. Now, I want to talk about Alex Caruso, and I've joked about this a little bit. All right, so it's the white guy who yams on people with the thinning hair, and it's like you can be the Joker on the internet if you want, but this guy can go.
Right.
Like, what does he give them?
He is the guy in your offense that every team needs, and you can't really put a value on what it is. Now, tonight, statistically, it ended up with 8 assists. He had another 5 or 6 where dudes missed open looks, but it's the way he gets the ball hopping so quickly to the next guy. It is so decisive. Tonight it was KCP that was benefiting from it. If I'm Pope, I'm taking him out for a meal right after this game because his eyes were glued to him wherever he was on the floor. The ball is fired to you right when you need it. I played with a couple guys like this in my career, and I loved having them on the floor because they always made the right play. The other thing, Scott, you can't really put a value on the fact that this is now like the crowd favorite.
Energy
so what
guy.
that does for your energy as a team, when he comes on the floor and starts making plays and taking charges and stripping guys at the rim and then occasionally like sneaky dunk on a guy and move the ball like that, there's a value to being the guy that energizes the entire building. That's what he is, but he's also a highly skilled basketball player. I thought he was an enormous difference maker tonight.
Know your role and be great in your role. He clearly understands what it is, and he is great in that role.
Absolutely.
Tim, appreciate it.
All right, Scott.
You're pretty good in yours. All right, back to some 9-8, looking to be the 7th team in history to get to 50 wins in 58 games or fewer. Obviously, they're very familiar with this building, and Drake, reminder of who's currently got the belt. Milwaukee, oh my, they had a 2-point lead until Chris Boucher with the throwdown. Goodness gracious. Giannis and Connaughton got on that one. Let's run. Run to Hollis Jefferson. No. Giannis with the chase down. Got that length and athletic ability that's a horrifying combination. OG to the rim. Ooh. OG Anunoby got Giannis on that one. Great ball movement. Who's open? Giannis. 3-point game. Bit of a weapon in the arsenal these days. And that lead is cut to 6. It's now 4, and Giannis attacking the glass makes the layup over Serge and his scarf. Bucks close out the second on an 11-1 run, down 2 at the break. We're now tied early third. Eric Bledsoe. That familiar little set shot of his drains the three-point lead. Dante DiVincenzo. No, but he gathers, kicks to George Hill, corner 3. Bucks lead grows to 9. Drake's got little to say. Still a 9-point lead. Off the drive, Dante up and under. Lead grows to double digits. And this Bucks team continues to do what they do and play to the style of who they are. Chris Middleton, a step back 3. He had 22. Anunoby, I beg your pardon, blocked by Giannis. Then he gets blocked by Brook. Lopez had 5 blocks on the night. Bledsoe, Giannis again setting up for that corner 3. That's a shot that you begged him to take in years past, and now he's making you pay for it. 19 points, 19 rebounds, 8 assists, and the Bucks get the 11-point win on the road. Time to do your research on that 50-8 record. They're the 7th team in the history of the league, as we mentioned, to get to 50 in 58 or fewer. First team since the 15-16 Warriors to do it. The bad news there, they didn't win the title. The good news is the other 5 teams did. After taking down the Wizards in overtime, Raptors moved to an NBA best 8-0 in the second of back-to-backs. Lakers also undefeated. No team over the last 30 has finished undefeated on no day's rest. And with 108 points, they extend their streak of triple-digit games to 82, passing the Cincinnati Royals in the early 60s for the 3rd longest streak in NBA history. Last team to hold the Bucks below 100, the Celtics, in a game they actually won over a calendar year ago. Speaking of the Celtics, in Portland, coming off a loss to L.A. on Sunday. In that game, that guy continues to play like one of the very best in the league. Jason Tatum hits the 3. A few possessions later, Tatum bottoms. Second quarter, Jaylen Brown. You think the corner 3 at the top of the key 3 is the easiest 3, Steve?
Top of the key.
Couldn't agree more. But corner 3s are what they like in the NBA more analytically. Another 3 on the way there from Brown. Brown and Tatum, 25 in the first half. Celtics leading by 8. Corner 3, Tatum. More of the same coming. Same spot. Be a good idea not to leave him naked from there. They build the lead after 3 to 15 points in the 4th. Not done. Tatum. Sure, keep it going. I need to run and count on Tatum's points here. I realize this game's ongoing. More, sure. Did he give a little? Did he point to the wrist? That's his 8th three. 36-5 as they're finishing things up.